Have you ever wondered why that seemingly innocent shake of seasoning on your dinner plate might be quietly sabotaging your health from the inside out? Shocking revelations are coming your way in this deep dive into 10 common U.S. seasoning brands you absolutely must avoid, and the 3 premium options that are actually worth every penny. Stay until the end, because what you learn here could protect your family from hidden toxins, inflammation, chronic disease, and more. Imagine sprinkling what you think is pure spice onto your food, only to discover it has been processed with cancer-linked gases irradiated to kill bacteria, but stripping away nutrients and loaded with anti-caking agents that are basically ground sand plus flavor enhancement that some research ties to headaches, obesity, and metabolic chaos. All while slick marketing convinces you it's natural and wholesome. This is the dark underbelly of the seasoning industry, and we're exposing it all without pulling any punches. The typical making process for most mass-market seasonings starts with spices grown in regions where soil is contaminated with heavy metals, like lead, arsenic, and cadmium from industrial pollution or poor farming practices. These raw materials are harvested, dried, and shipped in bulk. Then, to meet safety standards for microbes and pests, manufacturers often fumigate them with ethylene oxide, a known carcinogen banned for food use in the European Union, or blast them with ionizing radiation, which can destroy antioxidants and volatile oils that give spices their health benefits while potentially creating NOM/unknown chemical byproducts. Next come the additives. 2. Prevent clumping. They mix in silicone, dioxide, or calcium silicate compounds that allow the powder to flow, but have raised concerns in high consumption for gut irritation or aluminum accumulation, linked to neurological issues in some studies to MP uptaste. They add monosodium glutamate or its cousins like yeast extract and high proteins, which can trigger sensitivity reactions in certain people and may contribute to overeating by making food hyperpalatable. Finally, they bulk it out with cheap fillers, like maltodextrin salt or sugar, turning what should be a nutrient-dense spice into a high-sodium processed product that spikes blood pressure, strains the kidneys, and promotes sinful inflammation over time. These steps are all legal and common in the industry, but they turn something that should support health into something that quietly harms it, especially when used daily in cooking or on snacks. Marketing is where the real deception happens. Brands plaster labels with words like natural, pure, or no artificial additives, while the fine print hides the truth. The term natural has no strict legal definition, so companies can irradiate or fumigate, spices, add synthetic anti-caking agents, and still call the product natural. They run ads showing fresh herbs and happy families, implying purity and tradition, but independent tests often reveal heavy metal levels that exceed safe daily limits for children and adults, leading to potential brain fog, fatigue, reproductive issues, and long-term toxicity. They push no MSG claims but replace it with disguised versions that do the same job, tricking health-conscious shoppers. They use vibrant packaging, celebrity chefs, and claims of authentic flavors to build trust, while recalls for salmonella, lead contamination, or other issues get buried in fine print or quickly resolved without public fanfare. This creates a false sense of security, making people consume more than they would if they knew the full story. And over years, this marketing-driven overconsumption contributes to the very health crises the industry claims to help solve through flavor. Now let's break down the 10 types of brands to avoid, starting with the household staple found in nearly every pantry. Their blends are often loaded with excessive sodium and anti-caking agents. Some bachas have shown elevated lead in popular flavors, like cinnamon or chili powder. Regular use can contribute to hypertension and cumulative heavy metal buildup that affects cognition and organ function. The production relies heavily on irradiation and cheap imported sources, with marketing that emphasizes convenience and tradition while downplaying additives. The second category is budget, ethnic-focused lines, popular for affordability but frequently flagged in tests for high lead or arsenic in turmeric, cumin, and paprika. These can accumulate in the body, causing oxidative stress, kidney strain, and increased inflammation risk. Their process includes fumigation and fillers to cut costs, and marketing highlights value and variety, without mentioning contaminant concerns or the way these metals disrupt hormones and immunity over time. Third comes the steak and grill seasoning giants. Their products are salt-heavy with MSG or equivalents that can trigger migraines or water retention in sensitive individuals, and have faced scrutiny for contamination in pepper-based mixes. Chronic exposure links to cardiovascular strain, and the marketing uses bold flavors and outdoor lifestyle imagery to mask the processed nature. Fourth are the big box store private labels, cheap and everywhere, but often scoring poorly on heavy metal tests, especially in oregano, thyme, and blends. Their mass production involves multiple sterilization steps that degrade quality, and marketing pushes everyday use without transparency on sourcing or testing. Fifth is the online marketplace. Generic brands, convenient but variable quality, with reports of salmonella risks and high cadmium in some RBs. The quick turnover and global sourcing increase contamination chances, while slick digital ads promise freshness that lab results sometimes contradict. Sixth are the flavored powder mixes for snacks and popcorn, loaded with artificial enhancers and high sodium that promote overeating and blood pressure spikes. Their manufacturing adds colors and flavors that some studies link to hyperactivity or gut issues in marketing targets families and kids, hiding the long-term risks. Seventh includes the international import-style lines in ethnic aisles, often with pesticide residues or lead in curry powders. Due to origin country practices, the sterilization is aggressive in marketing, romanticizes authenticity while ignoring health data on cumulative toxins. Eighth are the celebrity or trend-driven blends that surge in popularity but carry the same additive and contaminant profiles as mainstream ones. Their hype-driven marketing creates blind loyalty despite independent tests showing issues. Ninth covers the baking and dessert seasoning packets, high in sugar and anti-clumping agents that affect blood sugar and dental health, with production that prioritizes shelf life over purity. 10th is the all-purpose everyday shaker brands, ubiquitous but packed with everything from MSG to heavy metals in repeated testing. Their widespread use multiplies exposure, and marketing makes them seem essential and harmless. Across these, the combined health effects are serious. Heavy metals, like lead, can lower IQ in children, cause anemia, hypertension, and kidney damage. Arsenic links to cancer and skin issues. Cadmium harms bones and lungs. MSG, in excess, may worsen migraines or metabolic syndrome. High sodium drives heart disease, and the additives contribute to chronic inflammation, leaky gut, and nutrient malabsorption. Over years of daily use, these seemingly small amounts add up, turning your kitchen staple into a silent contributor to fatigue, brain fog, autoimmune flares, and more. Now the good news, the three categories worth it are the premium, organic, focused lines that stand apart. They source from clean farms. Test rigorously for heavy metals. Use gentle steam, sterilization instead of chemicals or radiation. Avoid all anti-caking agents, MSG, and fillers, and prioritize single origin or small batch production for maximum flavor and nutrients. Their marketing is transparent, with lab results on websites and certifications that actually mean something. Using these can boost antioxidant intake, support digestion, and reduce toxin load, while delivering superior taste that makes you use less. Overall, one standout group is the certified organic steam treated brands with third-party heavy metal testing. They deliver pure potency without the risks, and their blends enhance meals naturally. The second is the small batch ethical sourcing companies that support farmers and publish purity reports. These avoid irradiation entirely and focus on flavor from quality, not additives. The third is the health-focused lines that are additive-free, non-GMO, and often salt-free options, perfect for those managing blood pressure or sensitivities. Their commitment to transparency sets them apart. Switching to these three types can dramatically cut your exposure to contaminants while improving the flavor and health benefits of your cooking. Start by checking labels for no anti-caking agents, no MSG, or yeast extract organic certification, and look for brands that share test results. Then, gradually replace your old jars. One by one, your body will thank you, with more energy, better digestion, and peace of mind knowing you're not unknowingly adding toxins to every meal. To expand this further, consider the science behind each risk. For example, studies on lead in spices show even low-level chronic exposure affects children more, severely disrupting development, and in adults contributing to cardiovascular disease. One analysis found certain common spices exceeding safe daily limits when used in typical amounts. Similarly, ethylene oxide residues have been flagged in recalls, and its classification as a carcinogen makes regular consumption a concern, even if levels are deemed acceptable by regulators. The cumulative effect matters, especially in a diet already full of processed foods. For marketing faults, lawsuits have targeted companies for misusing natural claims when products contain synthetic processing aids or hidden derivatives. This erodes trust and shows how profit drives the industry to prioritize shelf life and cost over consumer well-being. Imagine a family using these avoided brands. Daily, the kids get higher heavy metal loads, potentially affecting school performance. The parents deal with unexplained fatigue or blood pressure creep, all from something as simple as seasoning chicken or soup. Switching to the worth it options reverses this. Over months, with cleaner ingredients supporting detoxification and vitality, dive deeper into alternatives by making your own blends from whole organic spices, grinding fresh as needed. This gives control over quality and potency or source. From the recommended categories that emphasize testing and minimal processing, the difference in taste is noticeable. Brighter, more complex flavors that let you reduce salt and other enhancers. In conclusion, your spice rack holds more power than you realize. 10 common brands are quietly undermining health through contaminated sourcing, aggressive processing, and deceptive marketing. But 3 better options exist that honor the true purpose of seasoning to enhance life, not harm it. Take action today. Audit your pantry. Toss the risky ones, stock the good ones, and share this knowledge to protect others. The truth is shocking but empowering once you know it. You can cook with confidence and health in mind.